Right. A little bit of a clunky start tonight. Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team Career here on the PC with Cadillac. And it's the one that I've been waiting for. I know that might sound a little weird, a little unexpected, but I've really been looking forward to this Grand Prix, but not for the reasons you might think. It's time for Monaco, and I'm certainly not looking forward to it for the racing experience as a positive in some respects, in terms of trying to get overtakes and climb positions up the grid, because that ain't gonna happen. With the new, what I am looking forward to is, from the curiosity of the new tyre model that we're running, combined with the updated version of realistic racing. Those two elements combined with the fact that we've also got cars that are basically reset at the start of the 2026 period for the new regulations means this could be a very intriguing experience. I think is probably the most apt way to describe this. We are looking at tyres that just might force 2, 3, in a couple of cases, maybe even 4 stops from the AI if they want to go really aggressive and they just can't get past and they overheat and burn those tyres out. We could see some crazy strategies today. And that's why I've been looking forward to this one, because it's just so unknown. Normally, in real life around Monaco, the one stop is king, and the two stop rarely ever works. In the game, it's more the other way around. The two stop usually beats the one stop if you've got a good enough car to compete with the front runners. The two stop will win if you have decent track position at the start. If you give up that track position and you end up getting stuck trying to punch your way back through, that's when the one stop kind of reasserts itself. But generally, I've had a lot more success around the circuit going soft, medium, soft, or soft, soft, medium, or even medium, soft, soft. You know, some combination of those stops has been the key for Monaco for the last few years that we've been racing. Or the last few years. You know, for the entirety of this run, this game, but on the PlayStation, the last few seasons, and even in 2023 as well, the 2023 game, the two stop beat the one stop. So, like I said, I just don't know what to expect tonight, and that's why I've been really looking forward to this one. Evening Farah, evening Wayne, evening Jordan. Hello to everyone else who was lurking in the chat as well. Are you excited for Monaco? It's a question that nobody normally answers. Yes, of course. So let's take a look, shall we? Here is the circuit overview. Just that one very small DRS zone. It's not going to be kind to us. And there is the circuit area by speed. So you can see a smattering of medium speed corners, just 2 really. We've got Casino here on the run down towards Mirabeau, and then we've got the exit of the swimming pool on the run down to La Rascasse, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slow speed corners, and then the rest is all high speed corners. Not a fast circuit, a very tight circuit. Performance is, let's see, you need good acceleration. Our acceleration's actually good. It's 13th. Everything else is terrible. We are 21st and 22nd in the low and medium speed cornering, which are the keys, apparently. We're also, by the by, 21st in high-speed cornering, and 21st in top speed. So, yeah, we've basically got to try and make our car as wide as possible, I think, today. And maybe that'll work for us. Maybe we can just hold everybody up. Well, I'm very tempted to just park my drivers into super defensive mode on a one-stop and see what happens. But I don't know, as I say, with the tyre model, if the tyres will even do a one-stop. It's a 78-lap race. So that's a lot of laps. Marcel, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Right, let's send our guys to Monaco, shall we? 18th and 18th. That's our target set. And off we go.
Welcome along to one of the biggest weekends in motorsport, here in Monaco. Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo. It was Charles Leclerc who tasted victory in the last race, but he will surely be looking to find the recipe for success again and achieve another podium place. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
Evening, Dino. Good to see you. Right. Let's see what we can actually swap out part-wise. Do I give the rookies a run around Monaco? I don't know. I think no. I think no is the answer. Debating whether or not to keep that second set of hard tyres. I mean, the likelihood that we're going to need two sets of hards, probably low, but it depends if we get an early safety car. I'm not planning on starting on the hards. Because then we'll just be nowhere at the very end. I think we have to run the hards in this session. We are burning through our engine parts so quickly with our poor cooling. It's depressing how quickly we're going to be racking up engine penalties at this point. Safety Clark is here as well. Could be very much pressed into action tonight. That's too much fuel. 45 laps should be enough. It's normally 21 laps around this circuit. Oh wow, thank you, Marcel. It's very kind of you. Right. Setups. Let's go with a 10, a 16, an 8.2, 3.5, and let's see. Ooh. Actually, no. I've just seen the chart here. That's not going to work. 9.1's not going to work either. Let's go with a 7.3 to bring this back in a bit. Let's bring this down a bit. Let's try that. That's very much bang on the nose just there on the edge of the border. That's a little iffy. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. So that's car 1. Car 2. So 10, 16, 82. Something like that. Something like that. That looks within tolerances. That's about as much as I can say at this point. And we've done all the engine bits. Done the run bits down there. Send them out.
Green light.
Trying to decide who to send out. I think Valtteri goes out first. I might be wrong on this. We'll find out when they inevitably get close to each other.
Radio check. Copy. Good for me too. Get everything as you want it to be for the start of the lap. Yep.
So, looks like Kean Shields is getting a run out again for Haas.
And radio check when you can.
And
Yes, loud and clear. Copy, loud and clear.
Nagel's getting a run for racing for Red Bull. And that's it. Just those two rookies. Let me check. It always turns it back on. And it just creates really, really bad ghosting. I don't mind the frame rate being slightly less smooth. Slightly rougher. You know, I mean, it runs at a really, really pretty much, not bulletproof, but a pretty consistent 60 frames per second with that turned on. But it just creates these horrible ghost trains behind the car, which I absolutely hate. And it just ruins it for me, that immersion of the race feel. And I'd rather the frame rate do what it did just then and drop down to like 45. Now it's at 55, now it's at 48. But it's still plenty watchable. There's a couple of moments where it gets a little bit choppy and then it smooths out again. And I'd much rather that and little to no ghosting at all than the huge ghost trains that we get with DLS switched on. So, just on the warm-up lap, Perez was half a second slower. So I think I have got it right in terms of which car's in front. Again, it doesn't matter if this breaks, he can still run with a broken ERS. Not so much with a gearbox, though. He might not make the session, or the whole session. And that wouldn't be the first time this season. And then we've got, high risk of faults developing on both the ERS and the engine for Valtteri. But the gearbox is okay. Luckily, these are practice parts, but we've burnt through so many practice parts already this season. You know, we're on our second set of practice parts for most of these parts. Oh, Checo. Don't give me a heart attack like this. You run wide, you usually run into the wall.
Can't keep on the track.
Or you break the underfloor.
Got to be careful and watch the car there.
I only have one spare underfloor. At least he didn't break it. Alright, let's speed them up. And Perez is actually, well, actually, it's hard to say, isn't it?
They're still the same.
They're pretty, yeah. Bottas is slightly quicker. Not by much. That's not encouraging. Gearbox, it's a temporary acceleration fault, but it says temporary. Given that it's at moderate risk of fault of curbs and condition, it's unlikely it's actually going to clear until the end, until we stop running, and then it might develop into a permanent fault.
Copy that.
Let's have a look at our feedback from Valtteri, and he's at 85. That's not bad. Right, Checo.
Any feedback on the car?
Pretty much the same, 86.
No issues.
Copy that.
So room for improvement with both cars here. It's very early to say, and it's practice, so read into that how you will. But looking at the times of Mercedes against the times of Ferrari, Mercedes don't look like they're working too well here. Ooh.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's now developed into a permanent fault. He might not make the end of the session if we were to keep him out. So I might have to call these guys in, but I want to try and run long on the hard tyres because they're hard tyres. They're designed to just run forever. I just want to see how well they'll go with a lot of fuel. Keeping one eye on the Grand Prix itself. I'm going to check our lap times. We shouldn't be pulling over for people, because we're not driving in clean air, we're not avoiding curves, we're not going to be just jumping out of the way like we normally do. So cars are going to get stuck behind us. They will eventually get through, as Behrman just did, but it took him like 4 laps to get past us. And we are very fat with fuel still. Well, we were, but tyres are not at temperature. That's the other thing as well. We may have to actually push the tyres, especially on a low-speed track like this. We may have to push the tyres with these hards to actually get them in the window. And that is kind of looking like it might be the case. Again, based off how this practice session is going. It is overcast, track temperature 40 degrees and falling. And, well, actually hovering around 40 degrees. They are going to make the full session. That gearbox is probably toast. Might be able to use it in one-off sessions. We'll try and use it in the next one if we can. I'm going to be doing less running now in each session. And let's see what needs to change. Oh, that needs to change. That's a 9-1. That needs to come back, but not too much. That will give me a little bit of a change here and a little bit of a change here. I don't know if those are going to be enough. This is the important change here. So we'll see how that shakes out in the next session. I can still, look, if I put a run in, I can still effectively run for another 30 odd laps on these tyres. they'll be garbage in terms of pace, but at the very end. But they could run a long, long time. All right. Interestingly enough, everything's really good apart from this. I don't know which way to go. Tempted to do that and whack it up to 1 and see what happens. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to whack it all the way up to 1 and see what happens. So we just ran 45 laps. And again, let's see how much fuel we can take out to just get it active again. They can do another 32 laps. So, yeah, 77 laps. That's pretty much a full race distance on those tyres. Again, pace will be garbage at the end, and we will be sitting ducks as well, because we'll have no grip in the corners of the braking zones compared to fresher tyres. But if we're on very aggressive defence, it'd certainly hold cars up for a while, if not for a very long time. That is very, very interesting indeed. Let's dive into the data as well and have a look at the consistency of lap times. So Valtteri started out with 1:18.17 into the 16s, into the 15s, a couple of bad laps, back into the 15s, consistently in the 15s, and well, the high 15s and the low 16s. Did his best lap on lap 36. And then again, it's high 15s, low 16s throughout the entire stint. What about Perez? Barring the few odd outlier maps. And let's not remember Perez's car. Well, let's not forget. Let's not remember. Let's not forget. Perez's car was slightly slower because it had a little bit more damage in certain areas on the car, gearbox in particular. That will certainly have affected pace. So we're looking mid to high 16s, low 17s. A little bit of an outlier. But again, yeah, pretty consistent pace all the way through that stint. So that's encouraging. The tyres weren't fired up, though, at the right temperature. So there's definitely a little bit more pace to find in those tyres, but at the cost of a little bit more life. I think those tyres are going to be good for 40 to 50 laps with a little bit of push here and there. Let's see. Lando has that 3-place penalty that will be applied in qualifying. Nobody else on a penalty at the moment. Interesting stuff. Alright, need a little drink there. So, let's see. Run plan, we're going to go a little less. I definitely want to keep an extra set of mediums, so we'll be running softs in the final session. I'm going to put in 35 laps of fuel for this session. How bad is that gearbox? 24% with a major fault. It might not make it, but we're going to try and see if it will make it. 35 laps here as well. We've changed the setups already, so we can just send them straight out and keep our fingers crossed.
Green light.
And we'll speed him up straight away. And again, we'll keep an eye on the mediums in terms of durability and pace consistency. Look at the engine temps starting to skyrocket for Checo, even though he's in clean air. That's down to the faults. Yeah, he's now over a second slower than Valtteri. And there we go. That's Mercedes heading back towards the top of the timings. So maybe it's just a rough session for them, but they're certainly looking a bit more pacey today. Or this afternoon. Let's have a look at the feedback. 97%. So really good improvement there for Valtteri. It's almost perfect. He is technically in the optimal window. Just not quite 100%. Let's see what Checo thinks of his changes.
Update.
96. Again, we just missed getting it spot on. I did wonder if we would have to move to cornering. We were, or maybe the front wing. We were relying on purely just moving the toe to affect the cornering and the front wing. So to get that close, I'm pretty happy with that. Make a couple of minor adjustments. See if we can figure out if we're going the right way or not. Engine temps still climbing. And this is just increasing the wear rate on our engine. Gonna have to, just for the sake of not destroying another engine. Evening, Bill. There we go, got the engine temps down. Back to the garage. So, what needs to change? Just... Ooh. Let's try doing that. See if that works. So we did, what, 35 laps? Let's see how much more fuel we can have in the car to give an indication of tyre durability. Won't be anywhere near as much as the hards. Another 17 laps, so that's still, what, 52 laps? So with a little bit of overheating for pushing and dirty air, probably looking maybe 40 to 45 laps on those tyres. That's, again, there'll be garbage at the end, but that's not bad. One stop mediums to hards definitely looks on paper to be viable. Right, so just didn't quite get that enough, so I think I'm going to have to do that. Let's see if that works. Again, another 17 litres worth of fuel can go in. Just going to get them started on the feedback. Pretty ominous looking pace there for Charles Leclerc. Albon's looking pretty pacey as well. Again, it's practice. We'll get a real indicator of their pace when we hit quali. We know quali is going to be rough for us. I'm expecting us to start near the back. I am thinking, well, there's two trains of thought based on the assumption that tyres will be good enough to do that medium to hard one stop, or even maybe a soft to hard one stop. I'm expecting the AI to be more aggressive than us, tyre-wise, because almost always are.
And box, dislike box, speed confirmed.
Okay, copy.
As you see Charles trying to find his way past and not being able to. I'm expecting the AI to be a lot more aggressive with tyre push rate and strategy. So we're going to get undercut, I think. Even if we were to start on softs, I think we're going to be hit with an undercut from cars around us. But then it becomes down to the when we stop, will we be undercutting their second stop and then reclaim track position? I don't know. The two things that we needed to see whether we'd broken or we'd fixed are the two of the things that we haven't got any feedback on at all. Lovely. And that's not good enough. Okay, so let's put that back where it was, which was there, I think. Let's hit revert. That's the easiest way to find out. There we go. And let's increase the front wing instead. Huh. That still ends up in the same situation here. And pretty much as it was there as well. Which means that might be... See, this is what we went with. Look, so yeah, I tried running with that, and that wasn't enough of a change here. Try going down a bit and then bringing that back up. Let me try that. see how that works. I'm just kind of spitballing a little bit here. Go with soft tyres in this session. So we have 2 sets of mediums and a set of hards, plus whatever softs we don't use in qualifying. And let's see, protect the batteries. I think I forgot to actually set that up on the last run. I might have done. And we'll put 30 laps of fuel in. Again, I'm expecting to see pit stops between 10 and 15 laps on the softs. I do know that Monaco has been made slightly less abrasive, because in reality it is one of the least abrasive circuits. So tyres may actually be reasonably durable around here, but could still be prone to overheating.
4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, green light.
Right, so who's that coming up behind us? It's one of the Alpines. It's Gasly. Let's see how long it takes Gasly to get past Perez. It shouldn't take him long, given the state of Perez's car, but if we can keep him behind for a bit, that'll be interesting.
Try to work on the front tires.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, not even a lap. But then he was 2 seconds quicker, so yeah, maybe that makes sense. All right, let's go full speed. Hopefully it'll be a bit easier for Valtteri to stay in front. He's over a second quicker than Checo at the moment. Oh, it looks like they might have boxed. Yeah, they boxed.
Any feedback on the
Right,
car?
optimal. That's encouraging.
Yeah, keep it.
99%. So close. All right, what about Valtteri, who normally gives us the feedback first? But of course, we just carried over the feedback from the previous session. We didn't make any changes to Checo. We actually reset Valtteri. Should get feedback in about 5 minutes on track. Oh, that's it. That's terminal gearbox. That's Perez out.
VSC stays close.
And
Gearbox finally gave
terminal
up.
failure. Absolutely gutting.
He stopped right in front of the royal box.
Unbelievable.
And that's the second time his car has stopped with smoke coming out of it. But he was fully prepped. So, not the end of the world. Just a shame we killed yet another gearbox. Come on, Valtteri, give me that last little bit of feedback. Come on. Tell me.
Safety car ending. Copy.
95, we actually went the wrong way.
Can help you with.
Ooh, okay.
From outside here.
But given that we're at 69% prep there, and then that will turn into pretty much, I think, 100. Should be pretty close. Let's call Valtteri in. I'm happy to send him out on another set of softs for a quick run just to finalise the setup, given that we're handing back 2 sets of softs in this session anyway. May as well use them both.
So limiter should be on now. Stop on the marks.
did break the traction. Kept the front wing, no, sorry, the rear wing at optimal. That's good. Made some minor adjustments over here. Maybe this is going to come down this way. Let's try that. And then took 40% off those tyres on what? How many laps did we do? I'll check the stats. See how many laps we did. Oh, okay. It won't let me do 30 laps worth of fuel. But it will let me do 29 laps. Okay, well, I don't need that many. Let's go 28. That'll be fine. We did 16 laps before I called him in. 16 laps, 40% of the life of the tyre. So that's, again, it's about 30 laps. Because once they hit 20, they're pretty much dying a death. 15% they go yellow, 10% they go orange, and puncture imminent. And I do mean imminent. Yeah. Antonelli looking slow again. Is he running an old engine or something this weekend? He's just not looking quick. I want to keep an eye on him when he comes back out, if he comes back out. Let's get him going for a lap or two. Oh, there we go. His pace is improved. What tyres has he put on? He's got another set of softs on. And he went, what, 1.7 seconds quicker? And he's going quicker again this lap. 10th down to Hamilton. Personal best in the middle sector. He's only a 10th quicker than Valtteri in the first sector. And goes purple in the... Well, there we go. Yeah, his car's fine. Just sandbagging, it would seem. Unless he only did like one lap earlier. You know, or got stuck in traffic. He's flying now, look. He's absolutely flying now. The Ferraris are up there as well. This could be a very interesting fight between the Ferraris and the Mercedes today. Not seen much out of Max in this session. See if he improves here.
Any comments though? Keep the same. Copy that.
Ah, there we go. Bang on. Bang on. Beautiful. It's not a great lap for Max. 19.5 in the first sector. We're talking 19.1s, 19.2s for the front runners. Down 4/10 in the middle as well. Improves up to 18th place. Let's see what he does on this lap. He's running mediums. Again, down a few tenths in the first sector. 19.4. How much of this is down to the tyre? How much of this is down to the car? How much fuel is he carrying? Can't imagine that much. Let's get Valtteri off the track. Yeah, Max isn't looking quick, is he? That could be interesting if Max is out of position. I mean, he's barely quicker than Valtteri at this point. Less than a tenth. Here we go. Found 3/10 there. These tyres starting to come in. 19.3. Maybe they just weren't fired up. Again, a poor middle sector though. 19.4 again. I don't think Max is going to have great pace. He's certainly not going to be in the hunt for the win, I don't think. Based on this, but again, practice. When they turn the revs up and go full, full bore for the qualification shootout, could be a different story. But he's consistently just average in terms of pace. That's all she wrote for Verstappen in this session. And for everybody, for that matter. Alright, so... oh, yeah. Engine go boom. That's it. Practice is done. We are ready for quali.
Now it's time to see who'll come out on top as qualifying gets underway.
Qualifying means everything around Monaco, with little chance of overtaking in the race. Getting as far up the grid as possible and keeping the car intact is every driver's goal on this unforgiving circuit.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun, Valtteri Bottas.
While neither teammate has really managed to score well so far, perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
I think you'll find that Valtteri has scored almost all of our points. 18 against 2, I think, is the current point tally. Right. Yeah, total failures. That's 2 dead gearboxes. We're still not even at the halfway point, and we're well into the running on this gearbox, which is now going to become the only gearbox we can run. Oh, yes. Cars are definitely fragile this season. I've got to go with the third engine. It's only round 8. This is the 1/3 point of the season, and we're on the third engine now. Oh, Checo. I might have gone the wrong way there. Interestingly, look though, both of our drivers now in the very high as their starting confidence point, which is excellent. 74% engine for Monaco is absolutely fine. We are going to have to switch onto the other ERS unit though. We had all sorts of problems there, Canada with this one, and given the curbs and bumps on this track, definitely don't want to be running a susceptible ERS around here. So we'll go with a new gearbox as well. Again, the other one's likely to develop issues, and the last thing we need here is going to be acceleration issues. That will just leave us sitting ducks if we can't get the launch out of the corners. Let's send them to the track. We'll get out early, set a lap, see what the pace is like.
So now we have green light.
Just manage your tyres as you wish.
Copy.
Both Mercedes coming out at the same time as well. And we've got an Audi queuing. That's Bortoletto, which Mercedes has priority. Russell. It's a decent gap between the two, though. Bortoletto pretty close, actually, to the back of Antonelli. And Max is out as well. And now so is Fernando. Colapinto's coming out too. He might actually get in the way of us.
Track is clear. Track is clear.
And charge button off. Charge
Yeah, it's
button
going
off.
to cause us an
corner.
issue. Catch him at the hairpin. He will pull over for us, but it will compromise us a little bit. Oh, actually, he's going to pull over at the approach to the tunnel. Actually, we might just about get away with this. I think we got away with that. And now Perez should be good. Slightly quicker in that first sector. It's got a fresher engine, brand new engine. Valtteri's will have a little bit of power lag now. Again, slightly quicker in the middle as well. So we're expecting Perez to be slightly quicker overall this weekend as a result of that difference in engine power. So 111.5 for Valtteri.
Stay negative on your delta.
And a 111.4 for Checo.
This lap.
Copy.
And Max is quicker than the Mercedes on this opening run.
Stay negative on the dash.
Then Mercedes will have had to get past Hadjar. You can see Russell not looking great in that middle sector as a result of that. Max is flying. Now Sainz is looking pretty quick. We're quicker than George because he got held up. We're quicker than Kimi. Max is about to blow us out the water. Eight tenths of a second, nearly 9 tenths of a second. That shows how badly the Mercedes drivers got held up. Let's see what Carlos can do. He's going to beat Max here if he gets a solid exit out of the end of the lap here. We're into the pits, out of his way. Clear run to the line.
Will be speed limiter on.
Hugging that inside wall. Oh, and he's just slower by 1,000th of a second. Woo! That is tight. Setup is 100. We know that for Valtteri. Did we get it right for Perez? Yes, we did. Good, good, good. So, our cars are as good as they're going to get this weekend. Our drivers are fully prepped, confidence-wise. Let's get out early again. Leclerc's popping out. We'll go out behind Leclerc with Checo here.
Reminder for brake temperature. Yeah, copy.
Any possible some full throttle will help for tyre temps.
One thing we also need to consider is that other cars may be running really, really worn-out engine bits this weekend. We've seen a few races now where cars have been really struggling with reliability. We've essentially got brand new powertrains in both cars, with the exception of Valtteri's engine itself. They're both running, very, very strong ERSs. They're both running new gearboxes. Checo's running a new engine as well. So we might actually have decent pace for qualifying for a change, which would be fantastic if that's the case. And that would change everything about my
And track is clear.
about my ideas strategy. If we can qualify well up the order, if we can qualify slap bang sort of mid-pack, that opens up some interesting decisions. It's easy to plan when you're starting at the back or near the back, less so when you're starting mid-pack and ahead of cars that you would expect normally to be behind. We're going to keep our focus on Perez. He's actually slightly down in that first sector. Bottas has found a little bit of an improvement. Only a tenth behind Leclerc, who is behind him on the track. Couple more tenths there in the middle sector for Charles. Up to the swimming pool in the second split, and it's not a good middle sector for Checo. The shooters load early on that first run. I would have expected a little bit more out of him here. Valtteri goes up to 7th. Perez isn't going to improve. Yeah, he was down. Oh, God.
So at the moment you are P8.
Allowing for, some rounding issues. He was down almost a second to Valtteri on that lap. A good 8 tenths. Let's have a look at what the actual times were. So it was a 1:11.2 for Valtteri on that lap. 1:11.9, so 7 tenths difference. Down half a second on his first run. Exactly half a second. Valtteri, meanwhile, found just over 3/10. Interesting. But we're sitting 7th and 8th. Well, 8th and 9th at the moment. Still quite a few cars to set a competitive time. We may well slip much further down the order. We've got plenty of time left. We're going to go again on these tyres. And then we'll go for one final run on a brand new set towards the very end. Try and get some clear air where we can.
Make sure your limiter is on. Stop on the marks. Speed
limiter on. And then stop in front of the garage.
Because it's a short lap and it's a quick lap, we've got so much time. You can easily do 4 runs in Q1. Antonelli just set a blistering first sector. And goes purple in the middle as well. Hamilton still to set a time. And Antonelli does not go purple in the final sector, but does go top by nearly 0.4 of a second. Let's ride the ham cam for old time's sake. But we'll let him do his warm-up lap first to avoid motion sickness for you guys.
track should be clear. Okay, good to go.
Keep an eye on our sectors. Again, not really expecting much from our boys on this lap now that they're on their 3rd run on this set of tyres. But if we can just sneak a little bit of improvement, that'll be good. At the very least, we're keeping their confidence levels topped up for completing flying runs before they put the new tyres on. Give them the best possible chance of setting a good time on new rubber. And onto the ham cam. Handful of drivers yet to set a time. Hamilton, Norris, Albon, Hulkenberg and Tsunoda, who are all on laps. Here we go. Tsunoda goes up to P4, just ahead of Alonso. Norris coming up to the end of his lap now. A little bit of traffic at the very end. Lawson's going to dive into the pits. And it's an 18.6 for Hamilton. Norris goes P11. Hulkenberg now coming up towards Larascas.
We're currently P12.
A little bit of traffic in the tunnel. I think that was Yuki Tsunoda getting out of the way. Hulkenberg goes P7. Good lap for Nico. What about Albon? Up to the line. He goes P12, so that's knocked us down to 14th and 15th. Hamilton's going to knock us down even further. Our drivers are not improving as expected. They're not quick either. They're on in-laps now. But again, it was all about keeping their confidence levels topped up. And Hamilton is good enough for P2. 2 tenths away from Antonelli. And we now have plenty of time to put the new softs on and pick a moment to go to try and minimize the traffic. Very tempted to just send them straight out. But I think that's probably a risk.
So limiter should be on now. Okay, stop on the marks.
But we've definitely got a chance, it would seem, of getting out of Q1 for the first time in a little while.
So stop
Fresh
on the
tyres. Let's see the theoretical of how much they're actually worth. A tenth. And a tenth around here could mean all the difference between proceeding through and being eliminated. There's a few cars going out now. I am going to send out Valtteri with them. But I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm not going to send Checo out just yet. Norris making his way out now as well.
Coming past you now. Let's get plenty of brake temperature, if you can, please. Copy.
I can go out with less than 2 minutes on the clock with Checo. Don't know if I'm actually going to wait that long, but I could do. I think as long as there's a minute 40 or more on the clock, we should be able to start a flying lap. That allows a bit of time for being pulled over once or twice as well. But if we get pulled over more than that, we might not make the flag if we go with a minute 40 to go. Leclerc improves to P5.
Gap is currently good. Good to go, good to go.
And looks like we have judged it nicely for Valtteri here. We should get into the climb of the hill. Actually, Bortoletto might get in the way. He might pull over. Hopefully he pulls over without holding us up. We got past him. Don't think we got held up. Let's see how we do. It's time to send out Perez. Here comes the rest of the field as well. No improvement in the first sector, but it's a decent first sector for Valtteri. Only a 10th down on Ocon, who just set a personal best. Need a strong middle and final sector here.
Copy.
Need to see some improvement. There we go. Personal best in the middle, 32.5. Ocon, not a good for middle sector at all. Out of Anthony Noakes, up to the line. I don't think that was an improvement.
Mode in, please. Copy.
It wasn't. We were down by 400ths of a second. So, Valtteri, currently P15, is not safe. It's all down to this man, Sergio Perez.
Track is clear. Track is clear.
We've got some cars in front of us that are on the same run as us, so no immediate threat directly in front, but we will catch potentially a car or two on an in-lap. And the danger of running in a group like this is that if one car in front of you gets held up, it then could have a domino effect. And slow down every car behind it. It's 19-1. It's not a good first sector. What is going on with Checo?
Where the guys are, and P1.
has been getting progressively slower as the session goes on. Russell's in the drop zone at the moment. He's exiting Anthony Nodes now up to the line. Hadjar in the drop zone as well. Russell gets through to 8th. Hadjar now driving for the line. Perez currently in the drop zone. Hadjar goes to 13th. Valtteri is out. Gasly pops up into 16th. Perez has another disappointing lap, and where I thought we might actually have a chance of getting out of Q1 tonight, we end up 18th and 19th. So a disappointing end to a qualifying session I genuinely thought we would have a chance of progressing through, but we know qualifying is definitely a weakness for us at the moment, so not the end of the world. Let's see who's stuck it on pole. It's Leclerc, the hometown hero, puts it on pole ahead of Antonelli. Russell in 3rd, so both Mercedes are well positioned here. Oscar in 4th. Look at that, Williams 5th and 6th. What a great qualifying for Williams. Hamilton in 7th, Max down in 8th place, then it's Ollie Behrman 9th, Hadjar gets 10th. So both Red Bulls in the top 10. Then we've got Pierre Gasly, the Astons of Alonso and Tsunoda, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Lindblad. And there is Norris, who also went out in Q1 along with both of our drivers, Bortoletto, Colapinto and Lawson. And Norris has that 3-place penalty, so Norris will actually start in 20th place. Just Colapinto and Lawson behind him. So we will be promoted an extra place into 17th and 18th. Interesting. Get ready for the race weekend, shall we?
The streets of Monte Carlo are ready as the drivers now prepare for 78 laps around this historic track.
Monaco can hand out unpredictable results, just like in 1982, when 4 race leaders hit trouble. Riccardo Patrese eventually claimed the win after managing to restart his stalled car by himself with a downhill bump start.
Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy La Rascasse to the treacherous Saint Avold, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
2 Valtteries! We've got a clone of Valtteri somewhere in the garage. Never seen that before. All right. Let's take a look at the amended starting grid. So, as you can see at the bottom, Lando Norris with that penalty demoted 3 places. So, Valtteri and Perez both up one into 17th and 18th. Bortoletto also getting a little bit of benefit there, up to 19th. And it's going to be a long afternoon for Lando. So, this is what the strategy predictions are. Wow. That's very weird. Let's get some mediums and run them like they're hards, and let's get some hards and run them like they're mediums. What is that strategy? Let's get some mediums, hards, run them like they're mediums. Some mediums and run them like they're softs, and then some mediums and run them like they're hards. What? It's just, it makes no sense. It is quicker on paper, but that's assuming you can get through. Look at the, oh wow, actually, it does not want to go with the one stop, does it? Even that barely makes it. Ooh, okay. So the one stop might not actually be viable. All right, we're going to get rid of this utter garbage of a strategy here. Let's take a look at a medium, medium, hard. I have to say, I am thinking maybe starting on the softs. Maybe getting soft, medium, medium. Maybe. But let's see what that looks like, first of all. It's going to be all about getting out with clean tyres at a nice, easy point. So we got that strategy. Let's take a look at a soft, hard. And then just trying to just hold everybody up at the end. That's 6 seconds slower than a soft, medium, hard. Let's get rid of that, because there's no way it will be able to make that strategy work. So let's have a look at a soft, medium, medium. Is that something we could make work? I mean, theoretically we could make it work. I'm expecting us to get lapped. I'm hoping there'll be a safety car at some point, because that will shake things up. Pace-wise, that looks to be about the same, but that gives more security because we've got buffer built into each set of tyres. I think the soft, medium, hard is our go-to strategy. And again, we can adjust on the fly. So let's go with that for both cars. Let's start with soft. In fact, I might... No, because if Checo gets in front of Valtteri, that's going to compromise Valtteri. So we'll go soft, medium, hard for both. I was thinking maybe going medium, soft, hard for Checo. It's just not worth the risk. There we go. We are almost certainly going to get lapped at least once, probably twice. So, I'll take 6 laps of fuel out. And we're going to go very aggressive off the line. Because I'm expecting there to be at least a safety car of some kind. Be it full or VSC. Clark is going to have to earn his money at some point tonight, I think. And there we go. We are prepped and ready. The Monaco Grand Prix is next.
final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. There'll be plenty closely watching the Alpine driver in this one.
Starting this one from 21st place puts them at such a disadvantage. They're bound to find this a difficult race.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. We're here and the streets are abuzz at the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
All right, normally we look at the start, but at the front at the start, but here we are watching our own progress because it's so vital to gain positions where we can. Valtteri trying to get up into P16. Has a lot of mediums and hards. There's not many people running softs, so looks like we are going to get an undercut on a good chunk of the field. Perez and Bortoleto keep swapping. Norris still stuck down in 20th. He's also running softs, as is Pierre Gasly. As we go 2 by 2 through here. And I think we have to cede the place, or do we? Oh, squeeze. We get up the inside. Can we take the position? We're going to have the outside line through the chicane, which is not good. We will have to yield through Tabak if we can't get the move done here. I say Tabak, it's Tabak. And there, we got the move done around the outside. Lovely stuff. So 16th and 18th. Perez stayed where he is, where he was in the end.
You are P16.
But we got up there. We're going to keep the tyres on a aggressive push for a lap. Going to ease the fuel off, and we're going to ease the batteries off. Leclerc has a 2-second lead over Antonelli already. Antonelli on the hards. That is a disaster for George if George doesn't get past quickly.
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Because it will allow Leclerc to just sprint away. And Leclerc and Russell have very much looked like the in-form guys this season in terms of pace. I was expecting to see a lot more softs on the starting grid than we are seeing at the moment. And we are going to burn through ours pretty quickly at this rate. Let's cool them down now.
Just cool your tyres. Okay. Yeah, confirm.
So we're just losing touch with the group in front a little bit. Haven't turned the batteries back on yet. Trying to hold on to the battery as much as I can. There we go, tyre temps coming down. Just keeping an eye on Lindblad because he's looking a little threatening and he's on mediums rather than hard, so has the potential to pump in some, very aggressive sector times. He's shaping up for a look. But we have got that better traction out of the corners with the softs at the moment, so I think we'll be okay, at least for a while. And then, as I say, we could well be looking at undercutting quite a few cars. That said, we know that the AI likes to go aggressive with their tyre push. So in the back of our minds, we've got to count that those on medium tyres as running them like they're a set of softs. So boxing after maybe 15, 20 laps. The hard tyres could well only go as long as a set of mediums. They might only go 30 laps on those and then box. We could still be looking at plenty of 2 and 3 stops up and down the field here. Evening, Army. Timed it well tonight, just in time for the start of the race. Well, just missed the start, but you'll get to see most of the Grand Prix. And Leclerc bolted, look, he's 4 seconds clear of Antonelli, and Russell is stuck trying to get past his teammate. Backed off a bit. Williams are still holding 5th and 6th. And in theory, they've got them the right way round as well, the medium ahead of the hard. So the hard tyre is not compromising the medium tyre. Just starting to lose touch with Ocon a little bit. Now we're going to turn the battery back on.
Mode push.
And let's put some pressure on Lindblad.
Watch for Verstappen. He's got some sort of problem.
Oh, issue for Max already.
You can use all the boost bar.
Wait, my bad. Stand. What is this?
It's a potato. We didn't have any batteries left. We put a potato in there. Little soundbite reference. We accidentally replaced your heart with a baked potato.
Okay, copy.
All right, here we go. Chance for Checo, maybe up the hill. Not quite close enough to have a look at Mirabeau. Sorry, Massenet. This is Mirabeau here, this corner. Do want to keep an eye on engine temps as well. Brand new engine, I don't want it to wear out thermally very quickly because it's our last engine for Checo, engine number 3, before we have to take penalties. I think we're desperately going to need to do another side pod upgrade and really try and dump a lot of development into improving the cooling.
You are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this.
We're not really putting the pressure on Lindblad.
Okay, copy.
Valtteri's not going to get any sort of real attempt on Ocon,
We're happy with time management.
given that he's so close to the back of Hulkenberg. So we're going to save the batteries
Charge
again.
on.
Copy.
And charge button on.
Yeah.
Antonelli's pulling away from Russell. So is that Antonelli just pushing those tyres a little bit hard? Or is Russell just not that quick? Norris still has not made his way past Bortoletto. He's still down in 20th. Now, can Ocon get past Hulkenberg? No. Perez is closed back in on Lindblad. Let's go on board with Checo. Oh, we had. That's kind of disappeared again. Let's really put him under a bit of pressure.
And more energy available.
Copy.
And let's put some pressure on Ocon as well. And also make sure that we keep that gap to Lindblad for Perez's sake.
Tire phase update when you can.
Tire seems to be holding okay.
8 laps down. On to lap 9. Leclerc is just looking very, very comfortable at the moment. So is Antonelli, I have to say.
Yeah.
And charge button on, charge button on.
All right, there we go. We're starting to apply pressure to Ocon. He's dropping away from Hulkenberg.
What about tyres?
We're still okay with the tires.
Let's get after these cars in front.
This will be my last real effort to get past Ocon for a while. Otherwise, we're going to be out of battery. Still don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, Lindblad has an issue. See if we can capitalise.
DRS.
Okay.
Don't think we're close enough. So we're not going to get him into Sandevot, but can we get him up the hill towards Massenet? Need a really good exit. We're not close enough.
Charge on.
Copy.
Perez not close enough either.
Charge on.
Copy.
Russell's starting to close back in on Antonelli. The gap to Leclerc's gone up. Is that lap time down? It is a little bit, look. Good lap for Russell. Very good lap for Leclerc. 1:14.4. 1:14.9 for Antonelli, and a personal best, the new fastest lap for George Russell, a 14.1. Piastri left dangling a little bit there with a 15.6. Sainz putting pressure on Albon now.
Good, copy.
Look how tight it is here, look, between Gasly, Alonso, Tsunoda, even Hulkenberg as well. And they're all stuck behind Ollie Behrman.
Copy.
Lindblad is definitely struggling a little bit.
Use the energy.
Copy.
Definitely an opportunity here. Oh, we are definitely close. This is the closest we've been to the back of Lindblad. New fastest lap for Alex Albon. Feeling the pressure. He's now suddenly 2 seconds clear of his teammate thanks to that lap. And we have to get through here because we are definitely being held up. Oh, lovely, lovely move for Checo.
Okay.
Around the outside into Sander Vot. It's a risky move, but we pulled it off.
Good job. Next guy in front, Bottas.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy that.
Yeah, Monaco's been signed, I think, till like 2035 now. It is just one of those centerpiece tracks of the calendar, even if it is not great for racing. I'm really hoping that the new regs will help improve things a little bit. And there we go, Gasly, one of the other drivers on softs, is the first to hit the pits. And he's gone onto a set of hard tyres. How far back is he going to drop? And how long till Norris decides to get off his tyres? Bortoleto gets past Lindblad. Expect Norris to make his move pretty soon. In fact, he's doing it now. We're trying to. He's being fought by Colapinto at the moment.
Mode push.
Copy.
If you are able to increase pace, it would be a good time to do it.
And charge button.
One of my thoughts on the new
Charge button
Madrid
on.
Grand Prix. I don't think we need yet another street circuit, but that seems to be the way that Formula One is going at the moment. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when it actually runs. That's where the proof in the pudding is going to be. Still Norris cannot get past Lindblad, and he's losing a lot of ground now as a result. He's got to be getting to the point where he's going to be boxing soon as well.
Charge on.
Just not close enough to use the battery, so let's save some rather than just burning it for no reason. Again, Ocon, I think, being limited in pace by Hülkenberg here.
Copy.
Now to his pit windows open.
Copy.
Going to keep pushing his tyres a little bit harder because we want to get him in a lap before Checo.
What about tyres?
Starting to slide a bit.
Oh, wow. These tyres are actually holding up a lot better than I thought they would. So, assuming the mediums do the same, we might not need the hards at all. Because the hards are probably going to have issues with temperature, but we'll see. No, not tonight, Farah. I'm going to take a night off from streaming that tonight, but in the next day or two, I'll be back on rolling line again. And Lindblad's in on those mediums. That's going to unleash Norris, finally. He's now 4.5 seconds behind Bortoletto. Perez's tyres actually dropping out of the window, look. There's still life in these tyres. I'm going to extend this stint a little bit, I think. So, just to give you an idea of pace, that's where Lindblad is at the back of the grid, having just stopped. There's Leclerc, who's 7 seconds clear at the front, on mediums, and potentially could be going for quite some time yet. Lindblad was about here when Norris is, when he boxed. So, yeah. We could be seeing some people get lapped pretty soon when they make their first stop. And there we go, Norris gets off his soft tyres. He's gone for a set of hards and it's not a good stop. Oh God, the irony if he comes out behind Lindblad, and I think he's going to. He might even end up getting put into a blue flag situation here because of that stop. Which would be an absolute disaster for him. There is Leclerc. Gasly has an issue. Lindblad's issue seems to have cleared up. Everyone's stuck behind Alonso, and I am wondering whether clean air is going to be the right call.
Copy.
Let's accelerate the tyre pace a bit. Because it's entirely possible at this point we might be able to get an undercut on Alonso, who isn't going to be out there for too much longer himself. Bortoletto closing in on Checo. Lindblad is 2 seconds a lap quicker than us right now. So we're probably going to end up behind him again. I want to see what Norris's lap time is going to be. He's going to be safe, I think, from getting lapped. I think now that he's got some clear air on those fresh tyres, he should be quicker than Charles.
Okay.
Keep battling away.
Copy.
Let's see. Doesn't visually look like he's pulling away from Charles. What's the lap time? 1:13.9. He's actually slower than Lindblad. But then Lindblad's been out a lap longer to get his tyres up, and Leclerc has closed the gap by a couple of tenths, or a tenth and a half. If we are going to box, we need to do it very soon, or else we are definitely going to get lapped. And I do not want to get stuck behind Charles Leclerc. Yeah, these tyres are giving up. Let's call him in this lap. So onto a set of mediums. We'll go one more lap with Checo.
We'll box this lap, please.
Copy, box.
Am I watching the wrong driver? I'm not sure. No, I am watching the right driver. There we go. We've got Valtteri
And
sorted
in
just in time.
Yeah, copy. Box, box.
So can we get out in front of Norris and Leclerc? 2.4, it's a decent stop. We're going to come out. Ooh, it's going to be close with Lindblad. I think we might just get in front of him. Yes, we did. Perez will be possibly a little behind him.
Seven seconds ahead. Gap behind is 3.5 seconds.
Let's fire up these tyres.
So deployed.
Copy.
Mode push.
Copy.
All right, into the pits for
Did they-
Checo. Good stop needed here. And has Leclerc just lapped? He has. He's just lapped Lando Norris. It's a 2.3 second stop for Perez. That's decent.
Towards the traffic.
In fact, 2.366 might be our quickest stop of the season. It's going to come out behind Valtteri and behind Lindblad, but clear of Leclerc.
.0 now. Car behind Norris.
So, what kind of times can we pump in? And our car's in front of us going to box to get out of the way. Albon and Russell both in. So,
Car
Russell
behind is Norris.
is going out on a set of hard tyres by the look of it. Alonso's in. So, I don't know if we're going to get that undercut on Alonso. I think probably not. If we'd boxed a lap or two earlier, maybe. Oh, and he's going soft. Interesting. Yeah, he's going to get out ahead of Valtteri. But now we are definitely in a position to try and undercut Tsunoda. See how tight it is with Valtteri. There is Valtteri. So Valtteri's doing 1:14.0s. Tyres are up to temperature now. One more lap at this pace. And then we'll turn them down so they don't overheat. And if we can get ahead of drivers, Tsunoda and all the drivers behind him, that could do us a huge power of good. And then we can just hang on for a safety car. Perez's tyres coming up to temperature. He's almost at a battery. Valtteri's almost at a battery. But we are out of battery. Let's save what's
And
left.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Okay.
Charge on. All good.
Yeah, pumping in these quick lap times is key for us now. Matching
Temps look good.
Leclerc's time with Perez. New fastest lap for George Russell, a 1:13.7. He's closed right up to the back of Isaac. Can he get past him quickly? Having a look into Massenet, couldn't get it done. Have to stay behind through Casino and Mirabeau. We'll have another attempt out of the tunnel into the Nouvelle chicane. Alonso gets past Lawson. We are closing up to the back of that ourselves. Just a second away now. And Russell needs to clear Hadjar here. And can't.
Mode to push, please. Copy.
And we need to clear Lawson. We should have a lot more grip here. Have we got the pace? Has a little look into Sandoval. Russell's still behind Isaac. All over him, up the hill. Can we get him here into Massenet? Have a look at the inside, squeeze alongside. And we complete the move coming out of Casino. Gasly's picked up an issue. He's only a couple of cars ahead of us. But we are through.
Really good job.
And we needed
So
that overtake.
E18. Next car is Alonso.
Take care of the tires.
Yeah, copy.
Charge on. Copy.
So, lovely job done there for Valtteri. We're not going to catch up with Alonso while his tyres are still in good shape because he's on softs and he's got a better car. But that is some nice, very high confidence now for Valtteri. Checo could do with an overtake or two. He's back to where he started, but even so, it's still very high, which is nice. Still behind Lindblad, actually lapping slower than him.
Good job on tires.
Copy.
Leclerc's pace is falling now, but Norris can't get past. So Norris could potentially be going quicker than he is, but can't because he's pace locked behind Charles Leclerc. It's a pretty serious looking fault for Gasly. Stuck behind Colapinto, and Alonso's there now as well. 4 seconds back for Valtteri, who's eased off now. We do need to think about a little bit of fuel saving soon. 6 kilos to save. We've gone 26 laps and we haven't had a safety car of any kind yet. Oh, and issues for Gabby Bortoletto.
I cannot go on power.
Sounds like an engine issue. See Lindblad stuck behind his teammate now. Has a little look at Sandoval. He wasn't going to get through there. Might get him up the hill. No, still behind him. Perez has got some extra battery in reserve, which we're going to need to use. I could use a couple of retirements. Well, no, not yet. Don't forget, we stopped There's still a lot of cars that haven't, and we've been lapping quicker than them, so we're going to undercut them. Then we need a safety car so that we can box for fresh tyres and keep track position.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Copy.
And there we go. That is Lawson into the pits. Lindblad will have DRS here on the main straight, but if we are able to stay close enough, we could maybe get him up the hill into Massenate. And I think he's just going to unleash. Yeah, he's just unleashing. Okay. Let's not waste the tyres or battery then.
And take care of the tires in high speed.
Okay.
Just a quick lap for Leclerc. 14.8. Is he getting ready to start prepping for his pit stop? Antonelli's closed the gap back down. Max is in now. Gets off those mediums, goes for a set of hard tyres. 28 laps done on those tyres.
Tyre temps are good.
Copy.
Very happy with your tyre use.
Yeah, copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
All right. Thankfully, nothing exciting happened while I had to blame my nose. Oscar's into the pits. Looks like a set of hard tyres for Oscar. He will come out behind George. Will he clear Isaac? It's going to be tight. There is Hadjar. I think Oscar will be okay. So we'll get a little bit of battery saving done, and while we're doing that here with Valtteri, because we're not going to be able to push through just yet, let's also get some fuel saving started. Leclerc still hasn't boxed. It's starting to close in on us. We're okay for now, but we've got to be wary of that. We are going to have to up our pace with Checo again at some point soon. Gasly cannot get past his teammate, which means Alonso cannot get past Gasly, and we can't get past anybody. Let's see what tyres Hadjar goes on to. Monaco's your least favourite track. In reality, yeah, Monaco is boring as sin, but at least in the game, Monaco is a bit more unpredictable. It's a lot easier to overtake in the game than it is in reality around this circuit. Oh, look at that. We almost, oh, yes, yes. Valtteri managed to get an undercut on Isaac Hadjar. Beautiful. And Leclerc's in. Slapped on a set of hard tyres. Where's that going to feed him at? That takes the pressure off Checo. Lawson sets a new fastest lap. And Antonelli's now coming up to the lap. Lando Norris. There is the new race leader, Kimi, and there is Lando. So Lando's race weekend is ruined. He spent ages stuck behind Leclerc because he got blue flagged, and it might not be long before he gets blue flagged again. This time for Antonelli, who could still be out there for a while yet because he's on hard tyres. Russell sets a new fastest lap with a 1:13.6.
You are good to go. Mode push.
Copy.
Let's get after these cars in front.
Let's see if we can do something funky. Perez closing in on Lindblad now as well. We'll have a crack at him on the next lap.
What about tyres?
The tire is working well now.
What's our tyre wear looking like compared to predictions? As Gasly's fault, it gets worse. That already picked up another one.
Not good. They'll need to retire the car.
Sounds like something terminal. Something's about to go pop. We're going to see any smoke out the back of that car. Or is he going to be able to limp it way... Well, say limp. Get it back to the pits and just retire it. I wonder if it's his battery that's gone. It's got no acceleration. It could be the battery, it could be the gearbox, but I think if it was the gearbox, we'd be seeing a lot of smoke out the back of the car. Max sets the new fastest lap. 1:13.3. We've lost a little bit of ground to Alonso, but we did get the DRS to close back up again. Alonso going after Colapinto with a passion. And Gasly is
One car
out.
stops outside of the track.
Charge on.
Copy.
Didn't catch it in time.
And more energy available.
Norris is closing in because we're getting held up now. So we need to try and punch through this dirty air and get past Lindblad.
Entire phase update when you can.
Yeah, that's a good.
Colapinto dives in. That frees up Fernando and Valtteri. Bortoletto's going to mess up the Indycar. Maybe, maybe not. He has got an issue. So he might be very susceptible to getting overtaken. We'll see how easily Alonso gets past him. New fastest lap for Charles Leclerc, 1:13.2. We may see Bortoletto just box soon anyway. Not sure what the Audi's tyre wear rate is like. But I doubt it's as good as Mercedes, Ferrari, Williams, etc. Alright, we're definitely close enough to have a look at Lindblad this time round. Let's go hard on the brakes as well.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Give Perez every opportunity because it won't be long till we catch the back of Valtteri here. It's going to have to happen up the hill. We're just not close enough.
And try to cool down the tires as much as
Get
possible.
some fuel saving done to cool that engine back down again.
Yeah.
Increase lift and coast, please.
Okay, mate.
There's Antonelli. Just wary about getting blue flagged. That will mess us up if we get blue flagged. Alonso's caught the back. Let's speed up the pack in front of Perez.
Okay.
Rear wing opens. If I'd known the softs were going to be as durable as they were... Oh, Antonelli runs wide. That's going to be through the swimming pool.
Oh, and they need to be watching those track limits. And they'll find themselves at a disadvantage.
Don't think he damaged his car by doing that. And so still can't get through. Norris has now caught the back of Perez while we are easing the temperatures. There we go. Slow lap, 1:16.3. Again, got to be wary of Antonelli. There he is. Yeah, these hard tyres, they are a lot more durable than I thought. Pace-wise, though, don't know if they're going to be good enough. I mean, you need about 19 seconds for a pit stop, as long as it doesn't have any issues.
He has DRS. Charge on.
Yes, copy.
So, let's see. 19 seconds ahead of us. We are still on to undercut Tsunoda and Behrman just. But not if we keep lapping at this pace. Oh, this is where we might get lapped. Bortoletto might be what gets us blue flagged.
No more lift and coast.
Copy.
Use the energy.
Gonna have to do some monster fuel saving soon. 6 kilos of fuel to find and half of race distance left. We are getting close, actually, to our next scheduled pit stop. And yeah, these tyres are a lot more durable than I was expecting. I'm tempted to go back to a set of softs. Mediums at least, but maybe even a set of softs. Depends how much longer we can stay out before we have issues. Again, maybe just boxing, going for a set of mediums and getting some clear air might be the better move. Come on, Checo. Antonelli has blue flagged Norris.
You need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
Yeah, copy.
We're not getting through. Because Alonso's not getting through.
Get those tyres temperatures down.
Have to get past it. Come on, Checo.
Just a reminder on your eyes.
Copy.
Come on, Checo.
And we think it will end soon.
Copy.
And we need to increase lift and coast by 30%.
Ah,
Yep.
damn it.
Button on.
I'm going to get blue flagged. All right. Executive decision.
Yeah, copy.
I'm going to box Perez.
Box now, box.
Because Leclerc's catching back up as well. There's the blue flag. At least this way I can get a fresh set of tyres on and I can still keep position over Sainz and not get blue flagged by Sainz. And I won't get blue flagged by Leclerc, who is going to be much faster than us. Valtteri will hang on a little bit longer, but we might have to box him early as well.
Ridley.
.7, that's not a good stop.
And track will be clear.
That is the Williams of Carlos Sainz. Alonso, you're killing me.
We must do lift and coast.
Hadjar is about to get blue flagged.
May not finish the race. We're okay to push a bit harder if you can. Charge on.
Copy.
I'm already in that kind of pull-over state.
Next car is Alonso.
And there's the Ferrari as well.
No worries, mate.
Let's go in nice set of mediums. Switch things up. Hamilton's boxing.
Yeah, happy to box.
It's an okay stop. Come on. Don't get blue flagged. Don't get blue flagged. There's still more life in these tyres, but blue flagging will get us kind of messed up. We'll just be losing time that will hurt us in the long run. Safer to just get out of the way quickly. Oh, God damn it. Antonelli's just boxed. He's going to blue flag me as soon as we get out the pits. God damn it. Well, at least we'll still be ahead of Sainz and Russell. So tyres has he gone on to? I'm guessing mediums. Yeah, mediums, same as Valtteri. This actually might work out quite nicely for Valtteri.
Go at the end of this one. You have blue flag.
And there's Checo. And the reason I say it might work out for Valtteri is that, in theory, we can now just stay tucked up behind Antonelli, because I think Antonelli's going to the end. Valtteri should be, hopefully, going to the end. And if we can stay with Antonelli,
Take care of the tires for the moment.
then we can just try and follow him through when he blue flags other cars. And being lapped has taken a lap of fuel off. Sainz is into the pits.
Yep.
Medium tyres. Problem getting that left front off. Oh, wow. It still won't come off.
And what's
There we go.
that? A pit stop issue.
What a disaster for Sainz. What an absolute disaster. And Hamilton has got the undercut on him and sets a new fastest lap with a 1:12.9. Yuki's into the pits. Now, if we were still out there, we would now be in a position to undercut him, but that kind of went out the window. And there we go. That is what I was waiting for.
We need to do the full management on this set.
Copy. Copy.
Man, I probably shouldn't have gone for the mediums. But they are more durable than the prediction, so I still think we might be okay. And if we get a safety car, we can always box, put on some softs. Let's see how much more durable than the prediction they actually are. Bortoletto's into the pits. At least we're going to get past him. There he is popping out. Perez will swoop on through as well. There we go. We've got past Bortoletto. Whew. Okay. That's made things a bit more interesting. Changed up the paradigm a little bit. Still need to do that fuel save.
We need to do more lift and coast. Please increase by 10%.
Yeah, copy.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
Okay, copy.
So Antonelli did a 13.1 last lap when he forced his way past us here at the chicane. Let's see what he does at the end of this lap. And let's see what Valtteri does. Oh, look at this. A whole flurry of cars boxing, and we'll go past all of them. Apart from Hulkenberg, who's out of the pits and halfway up the hill. There we go. We're clear of Lindblad. We're clear of Alonso. We're clear of Norris. And technically, we're going to the end as well. So, 16th and 17th. All of a sudden, it's looking a lot happier for us. Board will just be okay, maybe happy with this result. They won't be delighted, but sponsors will be happy. We did a 1:14.5 and a 1:14.6. We're into fuel save. And we're not that far from the race leader. Not race leader, sorry, from second place. And we are clear of Russell, who is about to blue flag all of those guys he just stopped. He's already got most of them. That's Alonso. Lindblad as well is a little bit further up. Outside chance for some points? No. I mean, the Haas drivers still haven't boxed. They're the only ones who have yet to stop. I think they might be going for a set of softs at the end. They're too far ahead, so we won't undercut them. Their pace is still decent, considering how long they've been on those tyres. But this looks like it's going to be another runaway victory for Charles Leclerc. Even if he stops again right now, he should technically still come out ahead of Kimi Antonelli. And there we go, both Haas are into the pits. Ocon has developed some kind of fault as well. There is Behrman. So he's going to have to stack. Good stop. Yeah, both cars in and out very cleanly. You'll see that they'll get clear of us. Both onto a set of medium tyres. Hulkenberg's gone through ahead of the pair of them. I've got Colapinto in front. We've just got blue flagged.
Do your best.
We're ahead of Lawson as well. So we're now in 15th and 16th.
Is the delta working properly?
I think there are still more stops to come from some drivers, but not too many more. No chance keeping with Antonelli at the moment. But he will thin out the pack in front of us in terms of anyone who's close together. He will pick them off one by one, which might separate them out enough that it'll be easier for us to come through. Colapinto pushing again to the 1:13.8, so he's lapping quicker than us, but we're fuel saving. Batteries are pretty good though, so let's deploy them.
Mode push, please. Mode push. Copy.
Lindblad has caught the back of Bortoletto,
ERS.
Yeah.
which means George is going to be arriving on the scene very quickly as well. Oh no, George has dropped back a bit. There is George. Oscar's right behind him. And he's just put them a lap on his teammate. Oh, that's not going to be a happy Lando. Lapped by his teammate, who has an issue as well. So once again, Lando's pace is going to be dictated by blue flags. And this is why he's trying to get back past Look. And he does, but will he be able to stay ahead? Or will he get blue flagged again? I think he might get blue flagged again soon if he can't find the pace to get past George as well. This is why I decided I had to box early. Just throw the strategy out the window. And as soon as the leaders started coming through, just get out of the way quickly and find a window where we weren't going to get hit with blue flags. Another fault for Bortoletto. That's his engine getting worse. That's a disaster for him. It's a disaster for Lindblad and Alonso if they get stuck behind him for a long time. It's great news for us. Happy with that. Let's pump a little bit more pace into the tyre just to heat them back up again. $1.1 kilos of fuel for a lap around this circuit. We have been lapped, so we just need to get our fuel down to -1 kilo. We need to find about 4 kilos of fuel with both drivers. And we have 28 laps to go.
And just a reminder on ERS.
Copy.
Charge on, please. Copy.
Can't believe we haven't had any VSC of any kind, let alone a full safety car. As Hamilton sets a new fastest lap, a 1:12.5. He's now closing right in. So Norris might be getting blue flagged by both his teammate and by Oscar again. He has been blue flagged by Oscar again. Now he's going to get blue flagged for Hamilton. And Albon's into the pits. And that's a set of soft tyres. And it's another bad stop. Again, problems with that left front. Sainz had a major fault on his stop. Albon has a lesser fault, but the same corner of the car.
We need to reduce K1 usage.
Copy.
And again, unfortunately, we couldn't get the undercut, but not too far behind as Colapinto goes through. There is Valtteri. Safety car now would not really help us. We would need to be a little bit closer to some of these guys. Let's see. So, oh, damn it, showing the one lap thing. Gonna have to do some maths. Let's work on the assumption that Verstappen might need to stop again. So anyone behind him needs to stop again as well. Let's go on that assumption. So we're looking at Hadjar, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Behrman. Yeah, we're close enough to all of those guys, I think. That's what, 11 seconds, 13 and a half, 14. We're going to be really close to getting an undercut on Verstappen, as Russell is in for a second stop. He did box early. And he's gone soft tyres. So, what would be really good for us is if everybody boxes for a second set of tyres and then there's a safety car. And then we can get a cheap stop. And we'll still drop back a couple of places, but less places than we would have done had we made that stop under racing conditions. It'll also sort out the fuel issues, and we won't have to do any more fuel saving. We need to find about 3 kilos-ish with Valtteri, 3.5 with Checo. So we are burning the fuel requirements away. See how quickly Albon can get past Franco Colapinto. Argentinian very resolute into Sandoval there. And that compromised Albon to launch up the hill. So he wasn't close enough to have a look into Massenet and Casino. I miss the days when you would get lunges into Mirabeau. You just don't see it anymore. The cars are too big. I don't think I've ever seen an overtake, a genuine overtake into there, if it hasn't been for a car that's severely damaged or is getting blue flagged into Mirabeau in this game. So Piastri and Hamilton are the next cars to come through that would be potential blue flags for us, and they are a good distance behind us at the moment. Lapping a little bit quicker than us, but not by much. So we have a window of safety for a while before we might potentially get hit with those blue flags.
Slow down now.
Copy.
We need to protect the tyres a bit. Perez's tyres, I think, will be fine like this. Oh yeah, they'll be fine like that. New fastest lap for George Russell on those soft tyres, a 1:12.5. And if we get a few more of the front runners maybe sticking on another set of softs, we're going to see those lap times start to tumble. Especially if Leclerc gets a fresh set of soft tyres. And I mean, he could. Like I said, you need about 18, 19 seconds for a pit stop to stay ahead. 19 to be on the safer side. And he's got a 21.5 second stop gap to Antonelli. So he's got a nice little window to get a free stop. Antonelli has definitely got a nice little window back to Piastri. A very nice window. And Bortoletto is still keeping Lindblad, Alonso and co behind him. So we're looking pretty comfortable at the moment in 15th and 16th. Tyres have definitely held up a lot better than I thought they would. That's good knowledge for next season. Next season we can probably go back to a more traditional soft, medium, soft. Because our tyre wear will be better. Unless we change the tyre wear model. And go with a slightly more aggressive version. But that might mess up the AI a bit more. We might keep that in our pocket for the next big regulation change. Maybe even change the suppliers again. Maybe go with Goodyear. Or, no, not Goodyear, sorry, with Dunlop or Michelin. Bring Michelin back, perhaps. Or maybe bring back Bridgestone. One thing's for certain, we don't have enough pace while we're saving fuel like this to go hunting down the others.
What about tyres?
Do need to save more fuel.
My tyres are still okay.
But the lack of push with the fuel is keeping our tyres cool. Too cool.
Tyre temps are good.
Hamilton and Piastri still locking horns over third place. Lando Norris still stuck behind the pair of them. And they are now quite a way behind Kimi Antonelli. Those two are free and clear. Piastri's fault is certainly hurting Hamilton here. Hamilton's definitely, I think, got another second of pace in that car. But if he can't get through, he can't use it. I think at some point he will get through, and then it will just be a case of who's going to be battling for fourth. But Sainz is closing in. Oh, there we go. Piastri's fault gets worse, and that might be the death knell.
Well, yeah, right.
For his
It
chances of a
certainly looks
podium.
like they've developed a fault.
And all of a sudden Hamilton's all over him. Look at that gap now. 0.2 of a second.
Copy.
Ocon's fault has escalated as well. There's my cursor. I lost my cursor again. I always lose my cursor on this map, on this game. Let's just keep it near the top, just in case. Having a look. Can't quite get alongside. Really get him up the hill, though. This is a move that needs to happen for Hamilton's race. He's up the inside through Massenet, completes the move before Casino, and that is him through and off, I think, into the distance, assuming that Sainz doesn't get through quickly. If Sainz gets through quickly, we could yet still have a battle for third. Sainz has still got a blue flag his way past Norris. Yeah, and Hamilton's already over a second and a half away now. Yeah, he's free and clear. Sainz has got through. No, yes. I just saw a white car behind for a second. Sainz has got through on Norris. He's blue flagged him. He's going to close up to Piastri pretty quickly, who in half a lap is now gone from being a few tenths ahead to 2 seconds behind. Hamilton will be freed up. He won't catch Antonelli without a safety car. But this could be a double podium. And Sainz is through quickly. Sainz got through straight away. So it's just a 2.5 second gap to Hamilton. Is it game on in the fight for third? We will keep an eye on that. Albon still has not got past Colapinto. Right, I need to save 2 kilos of fuel for Valtteri. We're down to 18 laps to go. And we need just over 2 laps of fuel with Perez. We're still clear of Hamilton, but he's going to be coming very quickly now. He's lapping over a second quicker than us. Albon might stop again. No, he should be going to the end now. It's possible Colapinto might stop again. We might need to stop with Valtteri. That would be not good if that is the case. Perez's tyres are fine. I am wondering if I should have just put hards on with Valtteri and be done with it, but still, Albon cannot get through. We don't have that issue. We're just not quick enough to stay with them. We're 8.5 seconds behind.
You are P15.
Tyres are going to struggle every time they start to cool down too much, so I'm going to have to keep turning them up, which again is going to accelerate the wear the other way.
Behind is Perez.
But I just need to heat them up again so they don't blister.
They're still the same.
It'll be less of an issue once we stop fuel saving. Sainz has closed the gap to Hamilton. They've just lapped Alonso, I think. Yes, they've just lapped Alonso. And they're coming up to the back of Lindblad. One and a half seconds to gap. Even Tony. Could be yet another podium for Carlos Sainz. He's really, after a slow start to the season, he's really come alive in the last few Grand Prix. As Hamilton forces his way past Lindblad, he's going to try and immediately do the same to Bortoletto as well, and he gets through.
Tsunoda struggling.
Let's see what is the issue for Tsunoda.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
Thank you so much there, Crofty, for that useless bit of information. That is Lindblad dispatched. Bortoletto will now pull out of the way. And the gap's back up to about 1.82 seconds. Now, I'm pretty decent. Thank you, Tony. How are you?
No management required.
Copy.
Let's focus on Perez. At some point, we're going to start to see Hamilton and Sainz appearing behind us.
And tyre phase update when you can.
Tires still are good.
It's always a good sign when you can get to Massenet and you don't see them appearing at Sanderbot behind you. When you start to see them, that's when you know you're only a few laps away from getting blue flagged. There we go. Start to see them on the same shots. Hamilton's doing 1.5 seconds a lap better pace-wise than Perez at the moment. Again, still fuel saving. Need to find 1.5 kilos and just over 1 kilo. I'm not convinced these tyres will make it and still be usable. I mean, we can go below 30%. That line is the 30%. We can go down to 20. We can go, and not have too many issues. Once we get to 15, it's game over pretty much. Have to box or we're into puncture city. And they keep dropping out of the temperature window because I have to keep lifting. Let's try and put some more pace.
Mode push.
Copy.
And we need to do that for Perez as well. Because Hamilton's getting close.
So deployed.
Copy.
Valtteri, actually, I might just stop Valtteri. He's got almost a gap. It's tight, look. I mean, Bortoletto, the gap now is... It's about 20 seconds. It's probably close enough. I'm going to do it. I've got a window.
Watch for Verstappen.
It's
Got
gonna...
some sort of problem.
Ooh, issue for Max.
Mode push.
Copy.
Vibrations are picking up a little.
Yeah, we've got a window to box and get out in front of Bortoletto. So let's just hammer these tyres for a couple of laps. Just to stretch that a little bit more comfortably. And then we'll jump into the pits, put on a set of soft tyres. And we'll just basically swap places with Perez that way. Who is fine to go to the end. You wish they'd release a new game? Yeah, I wish they would still have something in the pipeline for this, but they don't. They dropped this franchise like a hot potato the second they got offered Jurassic World Evolution 3. And it's a shame because the team that worked on the game definitely have, have a passion for Formula One.
Charge on.
And the game they made, it's bare bones in some aspects of the strategy
And charge button
and the
on,
management
charge button
side, but
Yep.
I still really enjoy it. All right, there we go. We've got a 22-second gap as Norris and Alonso are doing battle. Norris still where he started in 20th place. Again, his pace is being dictated by blue flags. And this time it's behind his teammate who's got a major issue and might not even make it to the end of the Grand Prix.
You're coming in.
Okay,
There are 10 laps to go. Valtteri's going to do one more before he stops. And Leclerc is so far ahead that there is a chance he might actually... Well, no, probably not, but there's certainly a chance that Leclerc is going to lap. In fact, he has. I think he's lapped Piastri. He has. He's lapped everybody up to 6th place. Wow. Masterful drive today from Charles Leclerc, looking to win his home race in style. He's not quite a pit stop ahead of Antonelli anymore. Antonelli has been just chipping away. Got the gap back down again, but those two have just been so far ahead of everybody else today. Hamilton lost a huge amount of time, stuck behind Piastri, but once he got clear, his pace picked up by over a second a lap. Sainz as well has backed off a little bit. Russell is closing in on the back of Sainz. Pretty evenly matched on tyre pace, I would say. Sainz is probably going to hold Russell back for the rest of this race. .6-second stop. We've had quicker stops, but it's fine. Sainz and Russell will go through. Will Leclerc lap us? In theory, we should be quick enough now to avoid getting blue flagged by Charles Leclerc. Again. There he is.
P16.
I only need to find a few tenths of fuel. We're almost done. Perez still needs to fuel save. Still needs to find about 7 tenths of a kilo, 6 tenths of a kilo. We left it late with the fuel saving, but we are going to make it. We are going to be a very distant 15th and 16th. But Bortoletto has been our guardian angel, protecting us from behind. No one's been able to get past him despite his car really struggling. And now we get to have a couple of really quick laps with Valtteri towards the end.
Tyre temps look good.
Copy.
So it has cost us a little something. as Hamilton's closing in on the back of Perez again. In terms of track position to Colapinto and Albon, who still are 13th and 14th, and in the order they have been for the last 10, 15, maybe 20 laps. So if there's a mistake in front, it will hurt us. But did we just get blue flagged? Yes, we did. I thought the gap had suddenly gone up a little bit. That's Sainz and Russell behind. Russell's really close to Sainz now.
When you can, please.
We may potentially throw a spanner in the works of Sainz here. Depending on where he catches us, he might give George an opening. I can probably push the tyres a little bit more.
And we need full push. Copy.
From tyre point of view, we
Pretty
don't
much
think
done.
lifting coast is
Fuel
necessary.
saving. And Bottas sets the fastest lap of 1:12.3.
Few of the fastest
That was just
car on
tyres
track last
and
lap.
with fuel saving. Ocon is retiring.
And there, that certainly looks like a terminal failure.
Very much so.
What a shame.
That is either a blown engine or a blown gearbox. And that is going to be an extra point. That's an extra point. An extra position for our drivers. So we'll be 14th and 15th. Antonelli has developed a fault, but he's still comfortable. He'll be fine. Ocon just leaving a little trail
We
behind
must
him.
do lift and coast every lap, or else we may not finish the race.
Copy.
Into the pits he
Ocon
goes.
As boxed, and he has
Valtteri has
the
caught
track.
the back of George Russell here. There's Perez. Any sweary stuff? No. Drivers have been pretty well behaved on the radio this season.
Charge on.
Copy.
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Copy.
I want to see just how quick a lap we can actually do. Let's just calm those tyres right down
Just cool down the tyres as much as you
while
can.
we're battery saving. We're almost done saving fuel with Checo. He's about to get blue flagged by Sainz and Russell. We will move him out of the way of Bottas as well, so Bottas can just unleash his pace and see what he can do. And look at this, we still, having just stopped, we're still now a pit stop clear. I mean, theoretically, I could just box Perez out of the way. But I'm not going to. What I am going to do, though, is stop fuel saving.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Copy. Copy.
6 laps to go.
Copy.
What a disastrous weekend it's been for Norris. In fact, the only reason he's actually one place higher than he started is because there's been 2 retirements from in front of him. He's actually one place worse off than he started if you take those retirements out of the equation. And that's what I didn't want to happen to us, which is why I went with the kind of weird strategy choices I made in this race to avoid ending up like Norris. Seems to have worked out for us.
5 laps to go.
Yeah, copy.
I think Perez might be safe, actually, at this rate. He's lapping half a second quicker than Sainz did on that lap. Now that we stopped fuel saving, I could do with just a little bit more to be safe. Last thing I want is for him to suddenly just pull up like 3 feet from the line.
Go mode push.
Yeah, copy.
George has suddenly dropped out of DRS range, so there's a chance we might be able to get past him here.
Four laps to go.
He's having to think about it.
Copy. Copy.
Touch on.
If I can get through, I'm going to have a very small window of opportunity to get onto the back of Sainz before I get blue flagged again. Have to stay close to put the pressure on.
Very happy with tyre management.
Oh, who's blue flagging me? Or was that me getting blue flagged by Russell? That was me getting blue flagged by Russell.
Blue flag.
I was shaping up for an overtake and I immediately got blue flagged to told to stay in my lane effectively. I'm not close enough to have a look now.
And we need to increase lift and coast by 30%.
Copy.
But Russell's now 2 seconds away from sight, so we kind of
On.
screwed Russell a little bit. Again, we're getting blue flagged.
3 laps to go.
Copy.
Oh, wait, no, we got blue flag for Charles Leclerc. We're 2 laps down. Wow, is Leclerc going to lap Russell? It's the final lap. If I can't get back past Charles Leclerc, I'm not going to have my chance at getting past Russell and setting the fastest lap again.
What about tyres?
Pretty consistent.
So it wasn't
Suggests that you can.
it wasn't
reduce
George
the
that was
amount of
blue
lift and
flagging me, it
coast.
was Charles here.
Copy.
Mode push.
Copy.
Oh, Russell's slowing right down. He's going to blue flag him. Can I follow through? Go, 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 go on. Yes! At least got past George. No, I didn't. I got blue flagged. I wouldn't have been able to do another lap anyway because Charles ahead of us still. Well, there we go. That is it for the end of Valtteri's race. Sainz did get past us in the end.
2 laps to go.
I wonder if we'll have a chance to get past him again up the hill.
That's the checkered flag.
Leclerc has won the Grand Prix in
Leclerc.
very,
Charles
very
Leclerc
comfortable
is
style.
today's winner. Charles Leclerc there, taking home the win.
Without doubt, a stellar performance. Something that'll be seen as a real highlight this season.
Evening, Mike. Yeah, you are very late to the party. Race is done. Bottas has already crossed the line and finished. Perez is about to finish his final lap. Hamilton coming out of the final turn, Antoine Oaks up to the line. He crosses the line and confirms his podium place. 7 seconds now ahead of Sainz. It's just Sainz and Perez left to cross the line. And there we go. 14th and 15th. Not a bad result. And an interesting race in the end in terms of how the tyres behaved.
Not a quick race to sum up, not least for George Russell there.
A 5th place finish ensures they're taking away a fair few points from this one.
Out and onto the podium steps Charles Leclerc, the driver from Monaco, really deserving of that top 3 spot.
Huge cheers for the hometown hero.
The season has to leave them and the team feeling confident.
Always a special occasion here in the incomparable Monte Carlo. They'll be pushing the boat out here tonight, no doubt. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there.
No, it
though.
wasn't. They finished right, alongside each
Thank
other.
you everyone for joining us this weekend here in Monaco.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
So, confirmation then of the final results. Charles Leclerc wins his home Grand Prix. That's his 3rd win of the season and will help solidify his position at the top of the standings, especially with George having a bit of an iffy race. George actually lapped by Leclerc, who got everybody from 5th onwards lapped. Nearly got Carlos Sainz as well in the end. A few more laps than he probably would have done. What a race that was for Charles Leclerc. Superb driving. Antonelli takes a good 2nd place. He's really starting to gain some momentum this season as well. Hamilton gets on the podium to make it a double podium for Ferrari. Sainz has to settle for 4th, but it's still up a couple of places on where he started. And let's not forget, his teammate was right behind him on the grid and is not in the top 10. Horrible Grand Prix for Albon, getting stuck in traffic and dropping like a hot potato there. There is Oscar down in 6th place behind George. His car very sick towards the end. Max managed to gain a place up to 7th. Hadjar a couple of places, 8th. So some points for Red Bull today. Then Tsunoda gets himself into the top 10. 9th place for him. Hulkenberg also gets into the points for an extra point for Audi. In 11th place was Ollie Behrman. Colapinto up 9 places to take 12th. Strong weekend for him. Albon down 8 places to finish in 13th, just ahead of Checo, and Valtteri just behind him. They were the other way round, but we made that safety stop with Valtteri just to make sure he would definitely have tyres for the end. And it didn't really cost us anything. It just made sure that they both finished in the same positions, just the other way round. Bortoletto in 16th had some issues with his car towards the second half of that Grand Prix, so could potentially have been quicker and more of a threat to us, but actually did us a huge favour in the end. Arvid finished in 17th. Lando, what a horrible weekend for him. Up 2 places only because there were 2 retirements. Otherwise, he would have started and finished at the back of the grid in 20th. Alonso down 7 places, ended up stuck in 19th. And Lawson up into 20th place again, only because there were 2 retirements. Otherwise, he would have remained and 22nd where he started. 2 retirements. Ocon with a broken gearbox / engine. We're not quite sure. And then Gasly, not sure what caused his retirement, but both drivers just pulling into the pits and retiring. No safety cars, no VSCs. I don't think there was even, I think there might have been just 1 yellow flag for a wide moment for Antonelli, and that probably, I think, was it. Let's have a quick look. Was that the only event, that brief yellow flag? Look at all these fastest laps. Yeah, look at this. Not even a yellow flag of any real note. Wow. Did not expect that for Monaco. Let's take a look at the drivers' standings then. Charles Leclerc top over George Russell. I thought he was already top, but he now moves 10 points clear. Both Charles and George have 3 wins apiece now, and a sprint win each, I believe, as well. Yes, they do. So you can see the only difference there, a DNF for Charles. No DNFs for George. But a couple of fastest laps for Charles. He's had strong pace his last few races. George has suffered because of his erratic form in the opening few Grand Prix. Max is in third. He's now 42 points behind Charles Leclerc, and Antonelli starting to close in on him. Hamilton is a point further behind, 84 to 83. Then it's Oscar on 74 points. He's down a place thanks to Antonelli jumping up 2. Norris, no points again this weekend. He's on 59, losing touch with his teammate, let alone everybody else. He's now almost 100 points away from the championship lead. Carlos Sainz putting him under pressure as well. He's on 55 points now in 8th, just 4 behind Norris, and now 20 points clear of his teammate, when it was very much the other way around just a few Grand Prix ago. Alonso is 10th with 30 points. Gasly has 29 points in 11th. And Yuki Tsunoda just 1 point further back in 12th. He picked up a couple of points today. Valtteri stays 13th. Still no more points for Valtteri since that little flurry of points we got in the early couple of rounds. Hadjar jumps above Nico Hulkenberg. He's on to 15 points as well, but has a higher finishing position, which is why he's now ahead of Nico Hulkenberg. Then Liam Lawson is 16th with 4 points, 17th for Ocon, Colapinto in 18th, 19th for Perez, all 3 of them on 2 points apiece. Bortoletto has 20, in 20th has 1 point, just 2 drivers still to score. It's Ollie Behrman and Arvid Lindblad, both with 0. Let's see what the constructors looks like. It is Ferrari going top over Mercedes. They outscored them by 12, and the gap is now 9 points in Ferrari's favour. McLaren in third are a long way back. They're almost 100 points back on 133. Red Bull outscored McLaren by just 2 points, trying to keep the pressure on McLaren. It's very much become, as I say, a 2-horse race so far between Ferrari and Mercedes this season. McLaren, the reigning Constructors' champions, have been struggling this season, and Red Bull haven't been that consistent either. Good result for Williams, 90 points now for them after 8 rounds of the championship. That's a very strong return. 5th place for them, and comfortably clear of Aston Martin in 6th with 58 points. Alpine have 31 points. Cadillac, that's us, we have 20 in 8th place. Audi have closed us up by a point. They're now just 4 points behind us in 9th. And then Racing Bulls have 4 points in 10th. Haas bottom with just the 2. Let's take a look then at the pit stops. McLaren had the quickest stop. We got both of our drivers into the points today. Lovely stuff. So that's 8 points for us. McLaren with some pretty strong points today. 1st and 5th. Ferrari taking 2nd. Mercedes 3rd and 6th. Alpine getting some good points there from Gasly in 4th. And then it's Red Bull down in 8th and Aston in 10th. Let's see what the standings here look like. McLaren top with 178 points and outscoring everybody again today. Mercedes up 2 places into 2nd now on 106. 1 point ahead of Racing Bulls, who again failed to score. Red Bull have closed the gap by another 4 points to be just 4 points behind them in 4th place. Ferrari not too far back either, just 2 points behind Red Bull on 99 points in 5th. Good result for Alpine, keeping the pressure up, just losing a little bit of ground, but they're on 86 points. No points for Audi, they're on 43 points in 7th. We move above Aston onto 33 points in 8th. Aston down 1 in 9th with 29 points. Haas have 20, and Williams bottom with 8 points. Both of our drivers achieved their sponsor targets as expected. Nice little bit of cash, just under $1 million. Let's send it back to HQ, and we can start building our wings up a bit more. And apparently, Keb's still very much a thing. Just seen an advert for them. It's been 40 years since I remember my sister having one of those. And they're still going strong, apparently. Right, let's see. Both of our drivers looking very happy at the moment. That's good to see. Let's dive into the inbox. We've got a 2-week gap now, just under, until Barcelona. Post-race data. Did the cars survive? Yes, they did. That's nice to see. Not nice to see is the state of our cars in the engine department, considering that that's the third and final engine in our supply for Checo. Yeah, that is definitely going to be an issue at some point, and not too far away either. Let's have a look at what the rest of the grid has been up to. Into May, we see McLaren with the new chassis. Strong performance, but not one of the very best. They're working on side pods. That's something we need to work on ourselves to try and improve the cooling of our car. Mercedes having a great season. They are currently first in the constructors, George second in the drivers, Antonelli in fourth. So, yeah, very strong season for Mercedes, especially considering their more recent history. Let's take a look at our affiliates. Have Logan and Jack improved at all this month? Yes, a point in accuracy for Logan and a point in braking for Jack. Nice. What about our main drivers? Have we seen any kind of change to their stats? Yeah, a point in overtaking gained for Valtteri and a point in reactions for Checo. That's good. Actually gaining a little bit with them. We have an extra suspension, so we now have 2 spare suspensions. Lovely stuff. Let's head over to the warehouse. You can see we have some wings in production. We need to increase... How much cash do we have? 3 mil. We need to increase that up a bit. Let's go to 5. And we need an extra couple of rear wings so that we have spares on those. And they will go onto the car in time for Barcelona. And let's take a look at our spare parts situation. So, ignore front and rear wings because we're about to replace those. We have spare underfloors, suspensions, side pods, and chassis. Good. Lovely stuff. We do need to make a new side pod to improve performance there. Let's see what gains we can make. We desperately need to improve our engine cooling. I don't want it to be completely at the detriment of everything else, though. That looks nice. A little 6% gain. Get a little bit of extra downforce. We'll gain a bit of extra speed. What does that look like in terms of rank gains? Not much. Not much at all. All right, let's see about maybe getting a little bit more engine cooling. Let's go for a big jump like that. Yeah, let's do that. It's still going to give us a little bit of gains in our downforce. A tiny bit more extra speed, but yeah, that's really going to help improve our engine preservation, which is not great and desperately needs to be improved. Should still have just enough to get another research project started, but we might get another upgrade on the car started instead. Let's have a look. We're on Mark II chassis. Mark II underfloors. Can't do an underfloor because we're researching it at the moment. Can't do a chassis because we're researching it at the moment. So I think let's get a suspension project done. We are going to be doing a project that's going to dump a load of hours into this. So let's just work on tyre wear on this particular upgrade. we go. One engineer. And now have very little cash at all. Let's check in with the board, see what they thought of that performance. They were satisfied with Monte Carlo. Oh yeah, I needed to upgrade the boardroom, didn't I? Well, never mind. We'll get to that when we get some money from the sponsors. Assuming we get our money from the sponsors. What date is that supposed to happen? The 18th. Okay, let's get the pit crew training plotted in for the month of June. So, onto cumulative. Our stats here are looking pretty good. Do still need to work on the speed, and we probably should start to put a bit more car building in as well. We're going to start the month looking very tired. Wow, very tired. Of course, because we finished the month at the end of a race, so yeah, that's going to hurt. All right, so if that's the case, let's get in some car building there. Some car building there. Let's start Monday with a day of gym training. And I think I haven't really got a lot of space left for additional training before we go to Spain. There we go. We get to 9%. That goes down to 0, and then we go into Spain. So that's it. Just 4 days of training before we get to Barcelona. Not ideal, but needs must. And then when we come back, we'll go into some split training. Austria is just a standard race, I believe. Yes, just a standard Grand Prix weekend. No sprint. So I can maybe get half a day more intense training in. Oh no, I've got a day. So let's go like that. Then I can get half a day in. Let's make that a morning of car building. I don't mind being at 1% going to Austria. And then when we come out here, I can get a day of training in before the end of the month. Let's see if I can get away with a full day of gym training. Just about. Just about. All right, so not a huge amount of training through June, given the huge amount of fatigue we carried into the start of the month. But that can't be helped, unfortunately. It's just the way the calendar fell. Will I be on at the same time tomorrow? Yes, I'll be back at the usual time tomorrow for the next Grand Prix, Barcelona. Let's see. Checking wear rates. Everything's okay in there. Again, would love to get another upgrade in there. Can't wait for that to go through. Got just 7 days to go, 1 week. That'll be ready before we go to Barcelona. So we'll have that extra weekly development increase for most of the month of June, which is excellent news. Boardroom definitely needs a little tart up. I can refurbish it for 5 days. Let's do that. Let's refurbish. Rather than spending money upgrading at this point. It's not that expensive. Hospitality's okay. Everything there's okay. Let's advance time. Construction delayed. Ooh. Evening, Adrian. How was the race? Decent. It was a decent result. Achieved our sponsor goals. So this is the boardroom refurbishment. So it's basically just going to push it back 6 days, or we pay another 60 grand. I'm not that keen to spend money on the board. That should still hopefully pop just before we go to Barcelona, or on the day we go to Barcelona. Race sim is now level 4. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's going to push our costs up a little bit more, though. Another $6,500 every month. Worth it, though. Boardroom is refurbished and ready. Underfloor research project is ready, but no money to start something else. Rear wings are built. Ready to go on the car. We're 2 days away from Barcelona. Lovely stuff. Let's get our cars fitted with the new aero parts, shall we? Let's see how much the wings actually make a difference in combination. Won't be earth-shatteringly high, but it should hopefully be worth something. There we go. So a little bit of extra speed, tiny little bit of extra acceleration, a little bit of extra DRS effectiveness. Not a huge amount, less than I was expecting to see. And then a small gain here, there, and everywhere in the downforce. We actually made a nice little gain in relation to our other areas in the high speed. And dirty air has gone up by another 1.7%, taking just a fraction more weight out of the car. Tyre wear is slightly higher now as well as a result of that front wing improvement. No change to engine cooling. That's the chassis. So, yeah, not a massive upgrade, but working in combination with some of the other upgrades we brought has definitely improved us from where the car started. Let's see how much we have actually improved our car from day one. Let's fit the original spec parts on from the beginning of this season and see how much our raft of upgrades has done to improve the car since we took full operational control. Weird little bug where I can't apply the upgrade to car 2 in some cases, and I have to put it on car 1 first. There we go. Affected our side pods and our underfloor, but the other parts were fine. So now we've got Checo running. He's going to be miserable as fuck. Let's see what that's done to Checo's mentality. Yeah, he's extremely unhappy with his car versus teammate's car. And then we actually knocked him out of enthusiastic to just, happy. It's only for a moment, Checo. Don't panic. Let's see what that actual performance difference looks like now that we can take the full raft of our current upgrades into account. So we've gained almost 0.6 of a kilometre. We've gained a little bit of acceleration. We've gained a few points in DRS, but this is where we've gained the most, our downforce levels. We've also gained a nice little bit on our dirty air. Look at the gains we've made on tyre wear. We're up over 10%. And engine cooling has gone up a nice amount. Plus, it's going to go up even further when we get that new chassis. That new side pod that we just started in a few weeks' time. So, yeah, not massive steps forward, but certainly some steps forward. The car is slowly improving. A little slower than I would like, unfortunately, but we will get there. Just probably not this season. Got to do this now because I will forget to do it tomorrow if we don't. I'm going to have a very annoyed Checo and a very slow Checo in comparison to Valtteri. There we go. So both cars should now be running the same spec. Yes, there we go. Identical spec performance. Still bottom of the rankings for most of the grid, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And that is it for tonight. So I hope you have enjoyed tonight's Grand Prix. If you have, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. If you're not yet subscribed, then why not consider dropping a subscription on the channel as well. And be sure to hit that bell to be notified when the live streams actually start. I'll be back at the usual time tomorrow for round 9 as we head to Spain to close out our week. I think it's Thursday today, isn't it? Yes, it is Thursday. So tomorrow will be the last race of the week. And then we'll probably go to 3 races a week from next week. Probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Might go another full week yet before we do that. Maybe we'll wait till we get the halfway point. I'll make that decision over the weekend and let you guys know on Monday. But yeah, as I say, I'll be back at the usual time tomorrow with the next round, and then over the weekend, if not tomorrow night, I'll certainly be streaming some more rolling line as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Again, if you haven't hit that bell for notifications, make sure you do so if you're curious about rolling line or just want to see me play with some trains. That's it. As I say, I hope you have enjoyed tonight's race. I'll be back usual time. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.